My stunningly beautiful Libras. To save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences for the week. And as always, I'll be teaching the tarot through each card so you not only receive your message, but you start to build your own intuitive relationship with the cards, because that's what this channel is all about, using tarot for our betterment and our benefit. And you've got a razzmatazzy kind of reading here, Libra, and leave it to a Libra, balancing out the scales of your heart and the sense of a new adventure of wanting to move in a new direction. And allowing the heart to shape this new direction is the most important message for Libra. Okay, so let's just kick it off and why I'm saying all this. So in the first card placement is the significator, the general gist of the overall reading. And we have the beautiful Six of Cups here. The six is a celebratory state in numerology and tarot. It's a pause state to see how far you've come. But in the cups, which is our emotional flow, our heart, love, psychic ability, intuition, even dream world state, all gets manifested under this beautiful domain. And the Six of Cups in tarot is a nostalgia card. And the reflection nearly needs to be specifically for your betterment and not for like, oh, whoa, I wish it was like this in the past. And so many of you Libras are moving in a new direction. And I really love that. And I want you to take the joy and the life experiences and life lessons that you learned in that reflection past and use that for your benefit moving forward. So let's say you want to do things differently, or you want to approach live differently, or want to look at other people and characteristics in a different light that might be more better suited to you. And I'll also say this, we can be missing someone really deeply. That's really the kind of core message of the Six of Cups. But you've got to be really careful here, because it's always, let's say you're missing someone or even reattach with somebody. The dynamics of the relationship have changed and you need to change with it. So let's say you're single, you need to do things differently and look at people and situations differently to move forward. And if you're in a relationship, let's say you're getting back together with someone from your past and you're moving now in a new direction, you're trying to give that refresh, rejuvenation to it, it's got to start with you. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Libra is the heart. It's Venus ruled. So your heart is going to be the one that has to be most greatly satisfied into really feeling fulfilled for you. And then everything else will pour out from that. And that's an indicator here with the six. We just really need to make sure that we're defining what is that love energy for us. It's the perfect flow for us, because we've learned that. See how you're coming out like there's little waves in the background? You're coming out of that upheaval of emotional chaos and intensity, and now you're kind of getting into calmer waters because you've settled yourself. You've worked really hard to do that as the Venus rule with your heart and your spirit and your intellect as well, too. It's all in there now, and it's really starting to feel balanced, but I feel like we're losing our footing a little bit. Let's not go backwards. Let's be positive about where we're moving. It's you that just needs to adjust a little bit, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is that crossing card, the second card position, was blocking that energy from you really appreciating the great stuff that you had in the past and being able to move forward positively, right? And not in lingering in a negative way that could hold us back. And the Three of Cups is what's not allowing that energy to move forward completely, right? Or you to believe that you can let go of the past and move into the future. It's the Three of Cups, so we have another dimension of the heart here and another celebratory state. But because it's on its side, and it means that getting out there, falling in love with other people, with yourself, getting out there in society, social gatherings, good friends, all that. So let's say this combo, you might have been holding, because you're like sitting in a negative state. Like, let's say, I don't want to like say it like that, but it really is, because it's stagnant and a rut. You're holding in one place, and it's preventing you from leading into a new dimension of the heart and leading you with new social contacts. Maybe you've been cut off from friends and people that really, or even family and people that really matter to you because of this like non-exalted state, the reversed aspect of the Six of Cups. And when it appears to me, I'm really going to be honest, it really is kind of like that 9 times out of 10. It's like we're kind of sitting there wallowing. Or I'll say this, because if you're in a new relationship, don't look for the past kind of stuff to come at you, or approach that differently, because I don't want you to feel like you're on guard. You know what I mean? I'm going to put up the gloves and the sword to protect yourself. Like, this would be another reflection of that. It's like you've got to let the whole flow go, because they're both celebratory states, and they're celebratory states with you. See here in the water, calm seas. You're coming out of that moon, that shadow time, that, that hard work to become spiritually and emotionally enlightened. You know what I mean? It's not the easy stuff that gets us there. there with the heart, and now we're at a celebratory state, but you're not celebrating at all, you know? I just need to, and also say this just because of this. And there's so many Libras and so many different aspects of stuff. Let's say say someone's getting married, or that you really wish you were with, or maybe you wish that they would ask you to marry them. Again, look at to make sure that it's the right people for you. And again, see what the dynamics of the relationship really are, and what's really important and what's really not. All right. So this is all about a reflection for you and not for everybody else. Okay. Because I'm hopping around a little bit, because in the 10th card, the outcome card, I've got the 4 of Cups. So another game with emotion. 3, 4. So we come out of that celebratory state. Now I get the firm foundation to build upon what my dreams and my wishes are. You know what I mean? I've got all 4 steady cups. They're all really defined, and I'm ready to have my emotional flow. The downfall in my deck with the 4 cups in the non-exalted or reverse state, and a lot of times what it appears in a reading for me, is that we're allowing other people's influences to dictate what we should do with our heart and our mind. We can feel a little caged in. We can feel like we have to justify our positions and so on. And that's just meant to shake you to your core, to make sure that you know who you are, what you want to do with your love and your heart, and again, that's how we get that, kind of insight. Sometimes we have to come up against other people's, perspectives, and that makes us take a look at it, like, oh, does this resonate with me? If it's not, then move it aside. But it's all about what you want to do with the heart, because that gives you the firm foundation to build upon in the next dimension. So it's another kind of affirmation to don't be scared. Kind of go with the flow, like emotional flow, right? That's the whole thing about the journey of the cups. We're learning how to be vulnerable. We're learning how to be compassionate and understanding and gratefulness, and just going with the water's flow, right? That's the whole emphasis of the cups, right? And you still feel, it's about the 6th there. You still feel like you're a little rocky on rocky territory. Maybe you feel like you can't give your heart completely, right? Like you're reconnecting again, or just in even new ways. And you feel like you can't allow yourself to feel that way, that deep love, to want to have partnership or marriage, whatever that definition is for you. But no, okay, honey bunnies, let's not undermine our own self, because again, in the outcome card, it's a validation that you've got all the wherewithal to do anything, because it's all your heart, your spirit, based on your identity. And trust this, okay, Libra, go with the flow. And then here's another kind of validation as well, that we just need to do that, because in the 3rd card position, the top of the matter in the 10 card spread. But I like to say God's answer. We have the major arcana card, the Fool, and it's not any major arcana, it starts the major arcana, so it's a big deal. Major arcana is where we're reaching for a higher consciousness, a higher perspective. It's a life lesson on the journey that we all must travel to learn how to be good people to ourselves and to outside world. And the Fool comes out of that dark cave of his spiritual, emotional, and even material maturity, right? Venus rules is going to have all those different aspects. And he's no fool at all, because he's got that connection to God. God's supplying that new day dawning around you, Libra. And he kicks off in a new way. You often see him depicted in animal skins, because I'm not taking anything from the material world forward, right? I'm just taking like a whole new heart and spirit, like a new adventure. It's a naivety that we lack sometimes when we've been tried and tested through the challenges of the heart, especially in that dark cave, right? You know what I mean? And we're coming out into the light again. Oftentimes you'll see him with a little bag over his shoulder, because we're not taking anything, including emotional baggage, into the future. We're only taking our life lessons, the things that are experiences. Again, another reflection. Oh, not coincidentally, sitting on the 6 of Cups. So let's make sure we're only taking the good stuff to move forward, and allow that special spark to be ignited to see where the Fool takes us, because he's a special guy, really. I can't even tell you how he kicks it off in a magical way. And here's another little insight too. In the 4th card position is the base of the matter in the 10 card spread, but I like say the gut feeling. The major arcana card, the Empress. It's nurturing, harvesting for tomorrow. It's getting a balance of emotion and living in this material world. It's the Mother Earth, so that would be really good to make sure that you get in life. If you need a meditative state, getting your little toes in water or your feet in grass, it's always kind of lower you down a little bit, your vibration, so you can get connected to God and the universe with that message is. And because it's sitting in the base, okay, let's say I'll say this, because it is a reflection of Mama. Like some of you, I know Libra's been going through this, like missing their mom or a parent figure, or let's say you're like taking on the role of a parent figure and you're taking care of people, or you are a parent. At the at the base of the matter, cut yourself some slack here, Libra. You know you're good parents. You know you're good people. That's at the end of the day, that's what you are. Okay. So if you need to take extra time with the people that you love, do so, because that's a reflection of this. Like, don't, because that's also where love and insight is going to help you, journey through that emotional connection with others too, especially where you want it to most of all. And, again, with the Empress, it's anyway reflection of you being a parent at all. Don't let that hold you back in any way to move forward, okay? And also too, because the Empress sometimes has a judgmental eye to ourselves. Let's say you're falling in love here, okay? And you're wanting to bring it to a new level, but you're worried about the stuff that happened for the past. Let's say a past partner that is a parent, worried about how all those dynamics. No, the Empress is here to make you figure it out. Don't let yourself beat yourself up, because that's not going to bring insight or perspective or new direction, all right? Okay, that's the confident way of the Empress. She's Mother Earth, right? And don't mess with Mother Earth, and that's a reflection of the Venus rules. So believe in yourself in any way that you want to make a movement forward, okay? Because you've got the power and authority to do so. And cut yourself some slack here too, which I love to see moving out of our lives. In the fifth card placement, which is the past reflection, which is moving out of our lives, is the Queen of Swords. She's great for legalities, contracts, and business kind of stuff where we need an emotional distance to kind of take a perspective to see all other people's viewpoints and to be a great negotiator. I have my own identity. I have an intellect that's behind it. I'm great at strategy and analytical thinking. That's her domain as well. But again, like 9 times out of 10, when she appears in a reading for me, I'm taking that sword and I'm aiming it at my heart and my head. I'm pouring away all that emotion there. I'm sitting on that rocky landscape. I want to be harsh sometimes out of the life lessons that I've overcome in those challenges, that mountain landscape, because that's you reaching for that higher consciousness. And now once you've gotten down from that kind of high perspective, you're like, no, I just got to be hard on myself. I'm the ideal of perfection starts to get aroused in her. She's sitting on your shoulder like, nah, 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 nah. You have to kick her to the curb. And I think you really have, which I really love, because she undermines everything, including our authority in the heart, because she makes us doubt. She makes us look back in like not positive or supportive ways for ourselves. And maybe that's part of this is what's lingering of her influence into today. Okay. So if that's the way that you're resonating with it, to kick it to its curb. Okay. So if it's good for law and business and contracts, that's great. If you've been doing that and applying it, wow. Stardust for you, okay? You get A+. So in the 6th card position, and why I'm saying I think we've moved on from that kind of ideal of perfection, which I'll also say too, once that arouses in us, we start to give that out to everybody else. We want everyone else to be perfection too. It starts a nasty cycle that we really need to step out of, right? And I really feel like you've done that, and God's giving you that divine order to do so. And the 6th card placement is what's happening right now. We have the Page of Swords. The Page is opportunity, potential kind of manifested in the area of our thoughts, our identity, our intelligence, our analytical thinking that we want to have expressed, to communicate that. And the Page is sometimes a lot of to me, it's like thoughts on thoughts. And a lot of times I don't want another thought, never mind another action, and that's the whole job I always find with the Page, to kind of lead you in a new way, to kind of it stirs it up to get the rubble out of the mindset that no longer serves you. Again, the 6 of Cups. And it also could be a reflection. A lot of people put the royal suits to people, and this would be youthful people, young people around you that are stirring it up for you to look in new directions, to have a good time, to think differently, to apply your heart differently. Again, this week is all about. You need to approach everything differently, and it's all for your betterment. So if you could kind of get that into your eyesight and viewpoint, wow, something really magical is going to happen for you, Libra, the things that you've been wanting to happen. And the problem has it's like you've been trying to take a square peg and fit it into a round hole, right? Now the round piece of the puzzle comes together with you. And it might not exactly what you thought it was, but boy, is it stirring your heart in some ways. So you just really need to let it go. And if it's stirring your heart in new ways, for new directions, that would even be better, even with old people, okay? That's the job of the Page. Anywhere that kind of dynamic energy is appearing for you in your mind especially, let it go. It can be scary, I get it. It's like a boiling teapot. But we really need to just simmer it down and see what the message is, because there's insight, there's magic in that chaos, all right? So let's just settle it. We'll be fine. And I think it's because it's still stirring up from this. It's making us look at all this. And also, too, new life is coming, too. This is in the seventh card position, the way that we feel about ourselves. That's the Six of Cups position, as well as a direct extension. And I'll say this, maybe you're just missing people, too, because that mama is there. Maybe you're feeling like you're missing your own direction, like your inner compass is lost because you lost like a mother figure to yourself through death. After doing 40 years, it's normally not that, but the death card means literally new life, and it's appearing around you in new dawn. And I would also say this, having, have so many friends with psychics and mediums and so on, heaven is not a bad place. It's a really joyful, wonderful place. They're always worried about us to make sure that we're happy and moving forward in our heart and our spirit. So that would be a reflection of that, just to have that new life. Don't linger here, because nobody wants us to linger in pain or hurt or grief, right? It's all meant for us to move on. Do whatever you got to do that, and take that time. But remember, it's about moving forward here, and it's no coincidence that it's sitting under the Fool, because it wants to give you that energy to do so, and that heart and that happiness that you so well deserve, okay? So wherever new life is appearing out of this kind of reflection of the Six of Cups, even like, again, past stuff that's getting a new direction, whatever, that's completely the vibe about it, because you're coming out of that desert sand. It's a sense of freedom, getting into that rich, abundant landscape, and you so deserve it, Libra. You've been waiting for this for a long time, okay? In the eighth card position, this might even be helpful for people that are looking for you to move in a new direction, or release stuff from the emotional past so you can take a new direction, all right? And the Eight of Cups is the new direction. Oh, it's sitting 8. So it's sitting, the eighth position of the card placement is how other people view us. And the 8 is a rejuvenation, restart, refresh in the area of the heart. So we have more cups here. See, all your cups are in a row. It's about walking in a new direction. And it's a little scary too, is because we don't know exactly where we're going. And that's scary for anybody, but especially for Venus ruled, because you rule the cup domain, right? And but again, you have to remember all your cups, you're getting to the minor arcana turn of the wheel of the 10, a new start. Things are stirring in a new direction. Something needs to be refreshed, right? Everything needs to have that new direction at a certain point. That enthusiasm, excitement that comes into us again, so where we could almost feel like we're falling in love again. How wonderful. But I need to make sure I know that you're moving in a new direction. Those people, maybe you're in a new partnership, or even coming back together with someone else that had past hurts, that dynamic energy that through a breakup can give, right? But I need to trust you. It would say that they do, okay? So make sure you're respecting that as well for yourself too, okay, Libra? Because it's for your betterment. And in the ninth card position, we have our hopes and fears, right? A duality there. And here we have another reflection of new starts for your creative energy applied in a new way. And what's nice about this, not only do we have imagination, inspiration in the wands, right, ready to become a material reality. So anywhere like that heartfelt energy needs to have that kind of excitement added to it, it means you have all that capable abilities, even to something that's stale, right? You could look at things from a new perspective, and you could bring your enthusiasm, excitement to something, and all of a sudden you've got a real spring in your step. And you've learned this too, Libra, because you're coming out of the cave of enlightenment in my deck with the Hierophant. I take the universal message of God and I make a material reality. It's a major arcana card in tarot. It's the priest. It's the teacher, the mentor, the healer, and that exercise has been put upon you. And now the priest is saying, and God saying, good job, Libra. Let's kick you out. You've been wanting some wishes and dreams, but I can't get it to you if you're staying in the cave. All right? That's kind of the overall gist of the reading. And again, so don't be afraid of that new endeavor, right? That new life, the new way of thinking, and going in a new way. And again, like the 10 in the outcome card, believe in the firm foundation that you're building upon. It's like you're getting to build your dream house of love. So don't hinder your own ability, right? Don't go hammering your own hand to stop your progress, all right? Because that's what the Fool is saying next to this. You've got all the power and authority to do anything of the heart. You've got that, that kind of strong platform, that foundation. It's build solid. And I'll also say this, out of that reflection of that kind of those columns in the background, that divine order, that purity of the white. It's that intellect gets combined with the spirit. You have that balance. That's your sign. You are the scales. It's going to be that spirit with the intellect, that heart with the logic. And that means that you could use all that stuff, but let's let the heart flow first, because it's, you've been honoring it, but now you're kind of shutting it down a little bit, and I don't like it. I want you to go full blast ahead wherever this is, because it's about the adventure, honey bunnies. It's not about the destination. Oh, and I'm going to validate this as well in the bonus card. We get the Ace of Cups. That's literally what that means. It's the potential opportunity in the new direction for the heart, right? That emotional flow, that vulnerability you can allow, that compassionate understanding, that different perspective that you've learned everywhere, right? And you understand some stuff. There's those calm seas in the background. The rough waves are just going to tickle your feet. They're not going to throw you off it, right? Okay, so that's all the kind of passion, love, the potential in that big cup. It's not a little small cup in her hand. She's got real big abundance there. So let your abundance flow too as well, Libra. That's when a Libra is in its best, right? Okay, and that's when magic happens. That's what makes the attraction happen for others. So go do it for yourself. Ignite your own heart. Use it for your best possibilities and opportunities, okay? So go spread the love, Libra. You deserve it. Okay, so thank you for everyone that watches. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for those of you that have subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you as well. And if you like the content, if you would consider subscribing and trying to grow the channel, I guess that's how the YouTube algorithm works, because we're trying to spread the good news of tarot and how it could benefit everybody. Go get your benefit this week. Do you?